Hey, how's it going, everyone? So I bought a piece of gear the other day that I'm really excited about. This product just came out a couple months ago. Matter of fact, at the beginning of October. And I'm talking about the Blackstar Amped 1. What the Amp 1 really is actually it's a solid state guitar amp. It's like basically a guitar amp head that's designed to fit on your pedal board. So what you can do is you can run this from a USB cable into your computer and pull up Blackstar's management software, the Architect software, where you can customize the amp itself. Anything from the cab simulation to the presets of the preamp, like the EQ, voicings you want to do, whether you want to run through like Marshall-esque type sound or a Fender-y type sound or a Vox type sound. Stuff like that. And then of course you could save those presets, say like for anything from not just your EQ setting, but to like your overall tone, whether it's your chorus, your delay, some trem, reverb, maybe some kind of octave pitch shifter or anything like that, that you can save a preset to and recall it back at the touch of a button. This doesn't really do that kind of thing. So it basically comes with all the trappings that you would find in a guitar amp. So you have your effects loop right there. Now this is just a mono output, but it does come with this mono to stereo adapter cable, so you can run your send and return into this cable. It has speaker out right here, so basically you can just run this right to your cabinet. And over here it has two 9-volt outputs, both at 500 milliamps total. So you can run a couple pedals, or if you have something like my Department 10 Dual Distortion, this runs at 9 volts but at 500 milliamps. So I actually had to go and get a Y splitter to run from the output and then split into both 9-volt outputs on the Amped 1. On-off switch to of course, to power and power off the unit, and it runs on a universal power cable, this IEC cable right here. So if you misplace this cable is very easy to get. I'm sure some of you already have this cable with other things that you power on. Okay, and then of course you've got here, you have your gain, you got 3-band EQ, and you have your master volume. Now in between the gain and the EQ, you have your different voicings. You got your USA, UK, and flat. USA kind of gives you more of that chimey, clean, Fender-y-esque kind of tone. You know, great for clean tones. UK, it gives you more grit. So like the higher you push the gain, the higher you push it, the more distorted it will get. And flat, it's if you are running basically like an amp modeler into the unit itself. Between the master and the EQ, you have your different power wattage options. So now this really applies more to if you're actually running this unit into a cabinet. So you have your 100 watt, 20 watt, and 1 watt. Okay, and you got your onboard reverb right here, different responses. So these are like your different amp sounds. These are all pretty much a lot of Blackstars. You know, so you got your KT88, 6L6, EL34, 6V6, EL84, and linear. Linear is, again, if you're just pretty much going straight signal and just bypassing everything else. Your reverb switch to activate the reverb. Now the cool thing about this reverb is if you hold the reverb down, it'll actually sustain your tone, which is a really nice feature. I like that a lot. And this is your preset button to activate whatever saved presets you have on. Now over to the right of the unit, you have, this is your cab rig section, which I think they should have put this on the other side, because being that, you know, this this pedal would more than likely go towards the end of the chain, being that it is pretty much the amp and all the pedals running to the amp. You know, I mean, that's just my opinion. But what I did was I took a XLR male to female cable adapter and just had it tucked in here, so when I'm ready to plug it into the PA, front of the house or whatever, I just pull it out and I can just run my long XLR cable. You also have a 1/4 inch line out, which you can also use. You can use this basically as a headphone jack, or you can just run that straight to a DI box and then have it run XLR out. It also has a level adjustment. 3 selections of cab presets that you can switch between. Okay, so I'm going to let you hear what it sounds like when I'm running the amped one directly to a powered speaker, or basically just straight to the PA. And I'm going to be running the tones from my Dual Distortion, and let you hear what the crunch channel sounds like. And I'm going to play like the very heavy overdriven channel. And I'm using my Fender Strat, and this has a Seymour Duncan hot rail. This is the clean tone I set for the Amp 1. Now, like I said, when you hold the reverb button down, then it actually sustains it. Really rings out that reverb in your tone, which I really like. Okay, so now this is the Department 10 Dual Distortion. Then I'm going to be running the crunch channel on here. Okay, now this is the Heavy Overdriven channel. This is the channel I use a lot, which basically has a lot of the oversaturated compressed distortion, basically that metal tone. Okay, as I said, this unit, it does have a speaker out. You can plug it into a cabinet, whether it's 8 ohms or 16 ohm. And since the way I have it set up on my pedal board and it's kind of buried back there, what I did was I put a 1/4 inch male to female cable adapter, which is right here. And I can just take a cabinet speaker and just run it straight into my cabinet. Okay, so I have the Blackstar now connected to the cabinet. I will be running it into an Ampeg 2x12 cab. And keep in mind that even though you're plugged into the cabinet, you could still run the XLR from the line out of the cab rig into the front of the house. So that way you still don't have to put a mic in front of your cabinet. You can have your guitar sound coming out of your cabinet, and coming out of the PA at the same time. In this case, I disengaged my powered speakers, so all you're going to hear is just the sound coming out of the guitar cab. This is the clean tone now. Okay, now the crunch from the Dual Distortion. And of course, now here is the Heavy Overdrive. All right, well, hope you got a better insight on, what this pedal can do, what it sounds like, and, the potential that basically you have when you have the Amped 1. Now, I didn't want to take you through all the tone demos or all the cabinet settings that, you can find in Architect software. There's several other YouTube videos that, will share that information. So I basically wanted to show you the application of what of how you can use this pedal on a pedal board without having to bring your amplifiers with you, and you can basically run this straight into the front of the house. But we'll hope you enjoyed that. So thanks for watching. I'll make more videos again in the future, and I'll see you later.